want to welcome everyone here today. Without objection, the chair may declare a recess at any time. The committee welcomes the public to this very important meeting. While you are here, I want to point out to the members and the audience today that House Rule 11 provides that the chairman of the committee may punish breaches of order and decorum, including exclusion from the hearing. All participants will be required to avoid unruly behavior and inappropriate language. Expressions of support or opposition are not in order, and that includes holding up signs. I expect all parties to these proceedings to conduct themselves in a manner that reflects properly on the U.S. House of Representatives. I now recognize myself for the purpose of making an opening statement. Under Article 1 of the Constitution, Congress has jurisdiction over the nation's capital, and the House rules charge this committee with a duty to oversee the municipal affairs of the District of Columbia. We want our nation's capital to be safe and prosperous, a city for its residents and visitors alike. But our nation's capital is declining by several metrics. Crime has gone through the roof. Education levels are on the floor. According to the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department, motor vehicle thefts in the district have increased by over 100% compared to this time last year. 57% of these carjackings are committed by juveniles. Total property crime is up 30%. Homicides are on track for the highest rate since 2003. This year alone, we have already seen over 1,500 violent crimes committed, with a total crime up 27% from last year. Washington, D.C. clearly has a crime crisis. At this committee's March 29th hearing, members of the D.C. Council refused to acknowledge this reality. D.C. Council Chairman Phil Mendelson went as far as saying there is not a crime crisis in Washington, D.C., but the numbers speak for themselves. The residents of D.C. and Americans who come to visit their nation's capital deserve to be safe. I'm concerned about a lack of resources and funding for the Metropolitan Police Department, as well as officer retention and recruitment challenges. And I am concerned that the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, which prosecutes local crimes in D.C., declined to prosecute 67% of cases last year. The D.C. Council's continued attempts to push soft-on-crime legislation and policies are emboldening criminals. Mayor Bowser thankfully opposed many of D.C. Council's reckless actions and rhetoric. This Republican-led House has passed 2 joint resolutions to halt these soft-on-crime proposals from the Council. Both of these joint resolutions passed with bipartisan support. However, many of my Democratic colleagues on this committee have actively cheered on the Council's reckless actions and criticized congressional action to restore order. I hope this committee will come together for substantive discussions on how to address our capital city's most pressing issues, especially crime. Today's hearing will also address the crucial role that the mayor plays in ensuring the best possible education for the district's children. Pandemic policies and prolonged closures have led to huge drops in math and language scores for students across all grades. These policies have also resulted in record-level truancy. In 2022, 48% of D.C. students qualified as chronically absent from school. 48%. Something needs to be done to turn this situation around. I look forward to hearing some solutions today. Finally, maximum federal telework has created huge financial strains on the district. Downtown D.C. has become a shadow of its former self. Mayor Bowser has been vocal about the need for federal employees to return to office, yet bustling streets and full office buildings have been replaced by maximum telework, leading to businesses leaving the district and a substantial loss of revenue. It's time in the post-pandemic world to have our federal government workers return to their offices, especially D.C. offices, to continue to serve the American people. I thank the mayor and U.S. Attorney for appearing today, as well as Chief Conte and Administrator Donahue. This week is also National Police Week, so I'd like to send an additional thank you to the men and women who police the streets of D.C. to keep us safe, and to all officers across the country who serve their communities. I look forward to working with my colleagues and district leaders here today to achieve meaningful progress on the critical issues facing our nation's capital.